What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Yes, I'm making yet another Amico video, but this one's going to be quite a bit different than most of the ones I've made before. One, because it's a response video of sorts to my friend Chris, the Atari Creep, that made one of the best videos, genuinely, that I have ever seen watching YouTube. But it's not going to be talking about the specifics of what he's going through, what he's dealing with so much, because that's a personal thing. And I mean, I can't speak for that. That really hit hard when I watched that video. So much so that I reached out to him because it affected me, you know? I think oftentimes we make these videos trying to get as many clicks as possible and as much attention as possible. And, oh, what are people going to think of me if I say this or wear this or don't wear or whatever? This looks past all of that. Chris was dealing with a situation in his life that is something that I think a lot of gamers deal with. Hell, a lot of people in general deal with. And that's depression. And it's something that I've spoken of before on my channel. It's been, 3 years? When I made a response to PewDiePie, talking about depression and if you're happy making YouTube videos. And this kind of thing rears its ugly head every couple weeks, months, years, decades, depending on your life situation, your mentality, so many different things. I'm not going to go into all that, but I wanted to make a video talking specifically about something that Chris touched on that I think a lot of people are missing when it comes to the Intellivision Amico. All too often, people are knocking the Intellivision Amico because the game quality is on par with cell phone games, which I have even agreed with. You know, I don't argue with that. And that was actually, for those of you who have watched the channel for a while, one of my major contentions with this is, okay, the graphics are okay. They're not mind-blowing, mind-bending, earth-shattering by any stretch of the imagination. So it's got to be the games that carry it. More importantly, the gameplay in those games, because they're short bursts of excitement and enjoyment. There's not going to be, so far at least off the bat, much storyline per se. So strictly speaking, what I initially thought the Intellivision Amico needed for it to be successful and to carry would be the gameplay. And when I went to see Tommy and I played these games firsthand, I realized that yes, the gameplay does carry these games. And that was exciting to me. I was motivated by it. I felt the passion that Tommy had behind all of this. That it wasn't just as people have claimed, a pyramid scheme or a get-rich-quick type movement just to steal money from unsuspecting gamers or whatever the detractors would say. I'm not going to call you guys haters. But whatever. It is what it is. You know, people are welcome to have the opinion that they want. But what Chris said in his video, actually in his live stream and his video and videos, really it hit home with me. It struck a chord. That the Amico was getting together and enjoying gaming together and feeling an emotion that brings back memories of like LAN parties with Halo with my brothers at their apartment complex, or you know, an old NES game that you're playing with your family and seeing who can get the furthest. It does draw a lot of nostalgia. But more so, more than just nostalgia, it recreates a feeling of togetherness that truly does feel like it's missing from gaming today, where you're just sitting at a TV or a computer screen, and sometimes you have a headset on, and sometimes you're communicating with people, but more often than not, you're not. More often than not, you're just kind of sitting there playing a game, which is fun. I still do it. Hell, I am like almost at the end of disc 1 of Chrono Cross right now and loving it, finally. It's been 20 years, finally getting around to the sequel of my favorite game. So there's definitely something to be said for that. But I think people are forgetting the other side of gaming. And I think that's what he got at with this message, with how his wife and his kids were playing this and enjoying it. That's the feeling that I had when I was playing it with Tommy. I was like, my wife and kids would love this. That sparks something different. It hits different than what the gaming consoles that I already have do. It's a feeling of togetherness, a feeling of camaraderie. And not to get so cheesy with this, but it's like, I think that's why there's some people that are like, oh, anyone that's pro Amico is like, they're part of they drink the Kool-Aid, they're part of the Amico cult, if you will. I don't think that. I mean, in the truest sense of the word cult, no. I think it's just gamers, genuine gamers, that understand that next level of what you're actually gaming for. And the detractors might say, oh, I don't want that, doesn't mean anything to me. Okay. I've said this in multiple videos of mine too. I get it. Like, if that's not for you, it's not for you. But this brings back that feeling of togetherness, of nostalgia. And yes, I've seen the CU podcast talking about how nostalgia is a pyramid scheme and a drug that's used to sell to people to sell consoles. I've seen all that. And in a certain light, I get it. If this were a scam console, if it were a fake thing that they were peddling just to make as much money as possible on for whatever reason, just to scam people out of money, then yes. That was actually my initial concern with this. Is when I first heard about the Amico, I made a video saying, who asked for this? Why do we need this? I have a Switch. It has indie games. They're cheap. They're good. And it can also play Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey and XYZ. I don't need another console in my life. And I think that's what really, when I actually thought that, made that video and said it, I posted it, and then got in communication with Tommy Tallarico via Twitter, and then he invited me up to go see it, then I saw the light. And I think that's what's missing here. Everyone, to a T. Like, I'm not even like exaggerating. Maybe I've missed it, but everyone who's gone to these events and played the Amico has walked away raving about it. Why is that not being championed? Like, why is that being downplayed? I don't get it. You know, I think that's what really confuses me, is I feel like gamers are skeptics by nature. I know, because I'm one of them. But I'd like to think that the truth eventually will show itself, and that people will realize when they play this that they're like, okay, they have that aha moment, like, I get it. You know, this is why Smash was raving about this thing for so long, because it brings back so many feelings of just old school that that's missing now. And maybe you don't feel that way. Like I've said multiple times, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not trying to sell this to people. I'm just trying to make people aware that maybe this thing holds a little bit more value to you personally, not monetarily, not, how much are my friends gonna talk about me if I get that? No, it's just intrinsically, I play the Amico, I like it, I stand by it. That's why I've been so steadfast with this whole thing. It would have been so easy to pull a Rich from Review Tech. It really would have. To flip-flop on this, to go with the crowd, to just say, oh, yeah, this thing, you guys are right. You know, you're right. I fell into Tommy's trap, and I thought it was cool, but then I took a step back and realized it's not. No, I stand by what I said the first time I went up to play this. And it's only gotten better. They've only improved it. Now, sure, they're not perfect. And sure, they have a hell of a lot of hurdles between now and when they launch it. But watching the Atari Creeps video really brought that the issue to the forefront of what this is all about. And that is that feeling of camaraderie, seeing the happiness on people's faces playing a game together. That's rare. That's really rare. And I've had snippets of it on the Wii U playing WarioWare with my family, or on the Wii playing Wii Bowling with my family, or even Wii Fit, you know, that kind of stuff. I've had snippets of it. But then when I go to play the Amico, where I see it's literally a console based around that, that's exciting to me. And I'm personally looking forward to that. And how people can come after me and attack me and get mad at me for that blows my mind. But I'm not about to try to psychoanalyze a gamer's mentality on why they feel the way they do about things. I guess, like I've said infinite amount of times at this point, try it. Try to figure out what the draw is to this thing. That's literally all I'm asking. Or don't. I don't care. But I still go back to the point of, if you're gonna knock this thing, at least try it. That way, I would feel like your opinion holds a hell of a lot more weight, because you've gone out of your way to see this thing, to hold the controllers, to play the games in a competitive environment with other people. And if you still walk away from that emotionally saying that you don't like it, hey, more power to you. I just haven't seen it happen yet. And Chris, I know you're going to watch this video, man. I love you. I'm proud of you. And I'm here for you. Thank you. And as always, you guys stay smashing.